And today in the Call to Cinema Movie Library, we're unboxing the Hammer Special Limited Edition of Quatermass 2. And I'm so excited to get into this, so let's go top down and look at the contents of the discs and look at everything that's inside this beast, because this one is a massive release. So it's the only one in this aspect ratio, I promise. This is getting a good look at the Quatermass box set itself. On the outside, the debossing and embossing, the lovely kind of colors, and the way that it just really sticks. It's an amazing set, and it just shows quality right from the outset. It's a gorgeous looking release, and I cannot wait to dive inside this with you guys. It's the outer shell, so let's see if it passes a knock test, which it does. We got brand new Graham Humphreys artwork here, which is absolutely stunning. All the goodies are being here. And this is the North American title of the film, Enemy from Space. I'll put it there for a second so you can actually read it and see the poster. Now let's dive inside. So here we get more art, and we'll open this up. First look at the discs. And there are 5 in total. There's 1, 2 4K discs, and 1, 2, 3 Blu-ray discs. So we'll look at these each. So this one is the widescreen 166 and the 137. That's filmed ratio, and there's a lot of features on here, so look at them right there if you want to stop them. And look, we can see there's a couple commentaries. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 commentaries on here. The Legend of Nodule, the second part. The first one was on the first one, the Quatermass Experiment. Quatermass the Hammer Experience. We got interviews with Val guests, text list menu, titles and end titles, Spanish menu and end titles. It's kind of cool. Super 8 cut down version, and UK censor cards. That's the first disc. And diving over to disc 2 is the Enemy from Space. So this is the UK 185 theatrical release from North America. And we get 2 more commentaries on this one right here. We get Doubling Down featurette. We get the Enemy from Space trailer, both regular, widescreen, and a Texas trailer. We get a trailer from Italy and Spain and a Brazilian Portuguese trailer. Got the Man of Action one featurette, the Quatermass crew, question of character, image gallery, and reviving Quatermass 2. Now here we get the same thing, but on Blu-ray. And I think this is, I'm not sure if this is region locked, but we'll assume it is, just in case. But of course, 4K is not. And Enemy from Space will have the same thing on that disc as well. But the really interesting one is right here. So, as always, Quatermass was a TV serial first. And the first one, the Quatermass Experiment, only has 2 episodes that are still available. And those are on the Quatermass set. Now, Quatermass 2 has a complete series available. So, of course, it wasn't Brian Dunleavy in Quatermass 2, the TV serial. And this content is exactly as the same as all 6 episodes of the TV serial on here. And this one is Region B. So just know that when you're going in, have Region Free player for watching the Quatermass serial. Everything else on there is absolutely Region Free. So let's look at the other side. So if you turn over, it's a mural, and it is absolutely freaking stunning. Just incredible. So now we got a better look at the discs and the case that they go in. Let's look at everything else itself. Which one to show here? Now everything came in, as you saw, this big package right here, just to give you, again, the old knock test. And this is what we just looked at. So we'll start with the poster first. And it's a double-sided poster. And it looks like we have the original Quatermass 2 poster right here. And on the other side, I think this might be the Spanish poster. It's a loaded up release with a bunch of stuff, and we'll go through absolutely everything here. Now, one neat thing about this is people complain sometimes people just shove in art cards or anything, that type of stuff, but that's not what this is. These are the actual original US lobby cards reproduced that showed in the lobbies when Quatermass 2 was in the theater. So something that we don't have anymore. It's really a sad lost thing, actually. Unless you go to like a film festival or something like that, and rarely even with there, we see like lobby cards nowadays. But let's look at them all. It's only 8 to show, and just to show you what they all have on back of them, it's basically just going to let you, the Quatermass 2 and the number of the card. So start off with the Enemy from Space card right here, which is really cool. Although I hate that name, actually. Enemy from Space is a horrible name. I actually really love this film. It's more Doctor Who-ish than the first one. And it's pretty obvious that a lot of like Doctor Who really took itself from Quatermass. Now this here, like if you're a Doctor Who fan, if you're a Whovian, then this is going to kind of remind you of Inferno. Now, ironically, Nigel New was never a fan of Brian Dunleavy and his portrayal of the character of Quatermass. I remember, in case anybody ever says to you, it's Quatermass, not Quartermass. I don't know how many people actually get that wrong. So it's excellent to have all the art cards here, but where this thing really shines are just going to be the books. And that's what we're going to look at next. So I'll just put that back in afterwards. But we'll start off with the graphic novel. So the serialized Quatermass 2 in, of course, Hammer, in Hammer magazine. And the thing is, we got David Lloyd working on this, and he worked on V for Vendetta with Alan Moore, among other things. So you know the art's going to be good. So you come in here, and you can see the absolutely stunning artwork. I won't show you too much because I don't want to give away anything from the film. This is what I would call a premium release of something. So if you're a fan of Hammer, even if it's not Quatermass, pick one of these special edition box sets, have it in your collection. You, as a Hammer fan or a sci-fi fan or a horror fan, you owe it to yourself to have at least one of these here in your collection. Now this is the piece de resistance for me. This is the Quatermass Papers Volume 2. I don't have Quatermass Experiments, so I don't have Volume 1 yet. But it is 172 pages. And there are some amazing write-ups in here. I love that they always have that, like, Marsh, you've got your face, you've got something on your face. Listed on these here. So, and you can see there's a lot of write-ups in here. We got things here from one of Hammer's best films in a genre. Like, the thing that hurt Quatermass 2 is that it came out at the same time as Curse of Frankenstein. And of course, Curse of Frankenstein was like the big film that year. So Quatermass got kind of like pushed to the side, unfortunately. We got examining Nigel Neal's relationship with science fiction, a 1956 visit to the Quatermass set, Brian Dunleavy's place in the pantheon of Quatermass actors, a Barry Lowell talks about Val Guest and Hammer, a detailed comparison of the TV series against the draft script and the finalized film, We got UK campaign book and synopsis, European release posters, programs, kinematograph, weekly previews, credits, limited edition contents, and thank yous and all that. So you open it up, and we start out with like really, really nice stuff here. Look, Bamba's best films in any genre. I would really agree. I really think it is. We'll see like pictures from here. Won't just have pictures from Quatermass. Have pictures from all the different hammers. So we see that we look at the 2 Quatermasses right here. And that's the interesting part when it comes to this. So Reginald Tate, that actor right here, had played Quatermass in the Quatermass Experiment for television, and he had passed away before Quatermass 2 was made. So John Robinson took over the role of the of Quatermass, and it was a daunting task to take over. Reginald Tate was like highly regarded for his portrayal of the character on television. So imagine like you're Tom Baker, Doctor Who, or David Tennant, whatever era you live in, and all of a sudden, rather than at the height of his popularity, he's gone, and that's it. And somebody else has to take over. That's what it was like for John Robinson. There's an article on Nigel Neal plus 1950 science fiction. So we've got the thing right here. There's a four-side triangle. I really want that one, actually. Or the worlds, of course. Like, this is a really... We got some letters here. This is a letter written by a bunch of them on there. James Carras, Anthony Hines. I love that they've put this much work into this here. Now there's Andrew Keir, who will play Quatermass in Quatermass in the Pit, which is the third one. I'm not sure what the rights issues are for that one, or if we'll get a Quatermass in the Pit special edition. I'd be interested in seeing. I would definitely want to buy it if it came out. Looks like we've got a bit of the shooting script right there as well. Let's go at some of the pictures and stuff. There's it. You can see some poster art. And there's the German program for it right there. God, this is freaking gorgeous. Look at this. Absolutely stunning. Like, the work put into this set is nothing short of absolutely genius. Quatermass 2 is the first one that I got of John Gore's hammer sets. John Gore's doing the hammer sets in two ways. There's these big, gigantic limited edition sets that have been done for Captain Kronos, Quatermass, Quatermass Experiment, and Quatermass 2. And there's more coming out. I think the next one is probably going to be released or announced in October, probably announced around then as well. He also does the more fringe stuff, and they'll get like a smaller box, similar to something like you'd see with like a Second Sight, type of box. It'll be like a bit thinner than this, and where this has 5 discs, it'll have 2. Now all of these will be in 4K with accompanying Blu-ray. Now with the stuff these put out for there, we've gotten things like Four-Side Triangle, Shatter, The Man in Black, and Blood Oranges. So we've gotten 4 announcements of those there. The Man in Black actually just recently came up for pre-order. It's got some great features and featurettes in there. Like, when you look at the stuff that's put in here for just like the features and the stuff that's added, and I want to see if I can find it here as well. So 167 is limited edition content, so we'll go to 160. I love the fact that everything's numbered. And the page numbers are here too. So it goes through the entire content. We got like a list of the cast and crew, and like everybody from the director of photography, the boom mic. It looks like, so this, by the way, Val Guest directed this one, so absolutely fantastic there. And you go through different versions. You talk about the different features. So we got commentaries here from like Nigel Neal, Andy Murray, Stephen R. Bissett, commentary with Bronte Schultz and John Deere. You got the Laserdisc commentary with Val Guest on here. A commentary with Nigel Neal and Marcus Hearn that was done back in 1998. Commentary featuring sections from both the Laserdisc and the DVD edited together. They can make a more full commentary. Commentary from Ted Newsom, recorded for Blu-ray in 2019. Another one with Constance Nazar. Also, we have the Legend of Nodjanil, Part 2, where Toby Haddock continues his investigation of the truth behind the legend with the help of Jane Asher, Ted Childs, Dr. Tom, Natalia, Joel Morris, Andy Murray, and Bronte Schultz, doubling down a close look at the making of Quatermass 2 with contributions from a lot of the same people: Stephen Volk, Man of Action, author and hammer expert Stephen Laws, and author biographer Derek Sculthorpe examined the life and career of Brian Dunleavy. Quatermass crew is a candid reminiscence from the making of Quatermass 2 and the third assistant director and special effects assistant. Got a question of character. Nodjanil famously hated Brian Dunleavy's performance as Quatermass. John Deere, Stephen Gallagher, Toby Haddock, Andy Murray, and Stephen Volk offer their own perspectives on it. So they'll have their debate on whether Brian Dunleavy was a good Quatermass or a great Quatermass or not. Hammer and the Quatermass Hammer Experience is an interview with Ted Newsom that was done in the early 90s with Val Guest discussing the films that he made in Hammer. We got a 2003 interview with Val Guest as well. A Reviving Quatermass 2, which is a look behind the scenes about how the 4K was made. There's promotional materials on there too, everything from trailers, foreign titles, Super 8 cut down version of the film, original BBFC censor cards that are compiled, image galleries. The Quatermass 2 transmitted live on the BBC in 1955. All 6 episodes of Quatermass 2 were recorded on a very rudimentary setup. A film camera pointed at a TV screen where the episodes were being performed and transmitted live. These things would have been lost if it wasn't for that. Though low quality, these unique recordings showcase Neil's original vision for the dystopian masterpiece. It's insane to imagine that, like, that's how they could find it. That's the only way that they could get it. And with Quatermass, the experiment was only 2. There's 2 episodes. The rest of them are just gone, lost to time. And of course, there are a whole bunch of articles on here and like the comic, and it is stunning. It is an amazing set. I recommend this to absolutely everybody. If you're a sci-fi fan, a horror fan, a Hammer fan, pick up Quatermass 2. It's an amazing edition. I thought, well, this is pricey for something like this, and then I got it in my hands and realized, okay, this is 2 4K discs, loaded with features, 3 Blu-ray discs, Blu-ray for the first time of the Quatermass 2 television set, the lobby cards, the full comic book graphic novel, the double-sided poster, this book is almost worth it for price alone, and the packaging, everything is fantastic. 100% recommend this. This is Call to Cinema approved. If you like Hammer, if you like Quatermass, if you like sci-fi, if you like horror, if you like Doctor Who, pick it up. It's a great, great purchase, and I'm so glad and proud to have it. And I really want to have more of the John Gore Hammer collection in my library. This is a treasured piece of the library and something I look forward to diving into deeply and again for years to come. So I recommend the set, but who exactly is the Quatermass 2 set for? Who is this here made for? Well, the Hammer collector aficionado, somebody like me that likes to have the bigger collections of the set. If you look in the background here, you can see that I've gotten the entire Indicator Hammer collection. I've even bought the Creatures of the World Forgot. I picked up the Robin Hood one that they had. I of course got the Mill Creek Hammer set that was put out, and I've got a few, I've got a hammer set up there, like the square one. Remember that one with the 2021 Hammer films in it. So this for me was like the next step in collecting Hammer, getting Hammer in 4K finally. Stuff that I want. And I know a lot of people are going to be talking about, okay, where's the Christopher Lee Draculas? Where's the Peter Cushing Frankensteins? I'm sure we'll get some of those. Now, there's rights issues with certain ones because when Hammer was bringing things over to other areas, they would make rights deals with different places to promote and put out their films, and that's caused a little bit of issue when it's come to putting out certain films and what they'll actually have the rights to. Now, for me, this is the type that I want to see come out. I'll also say this, and this is a little bit controversial. Man in Black, Blood Oranges, that too. That's the type of stuff that I want to see come out on 4K. And some people say, well, they put them as a sad, or they can do them differently. I don't think that the price that they're charging for the smaller ones is actually that bad, especially when you look at the at how they package these here. Even though the smaller ones are packaged amazingly. Just incredible stuff. And there's the Captain Kronos one had after the big edition sold out, came out with standard editions of the 4K release and of the Blu-ray release in case you don't have 4K. Now it's a gorgeous set. I missed out on the big release for Captain Kronos, which I really kicking myself on, especially after looking at this. I'll definitely want to pick up at least the standard edition 4K for Captain Kronos because it still has all the features. It's just missing the book and the comic book, which comes in a lot of these releases here, a lot of these big releases. So far, I haven't seen anyone yet come without a comic edition. I'm excited to see what's going to be coming out in October, and this is the type of thing that I think I want to be collecting in the future. For me, it's something that's been collecting for a while. I've been lucky enough, blessed enough, whatever, to get a lot of the releases that I wanted over the years. I have over 10,000 movies in my collection. And right now, as I'm getting releases, I'm not getting as many as I used to. I'm not getting as often as I used to, but when I do get stuff, I try to pick up stuff that I really want, that I really like, that I really am going to dive into. And this was a given. I want to thank again Metaluna because that store helped me when I was making the order, and they were so patient with me, like adding things to the order, changing some things around. There was some things in the order that weren't available right now, and I was on a time frame that I could actually get it. So the store in Paris called Metaluna is the one that I'm going to strongly recommend if you're over in Europe. And if you're in Europe and you haven't ordered from them, they're the guys to order from. They're just incredible. Thanks for watching, and Quatermass 2. It's an absolutely gorgeous release. I am so stoked to have this. I want more. I'm addicted. Gore's got me. These hammer sets are amazing.
Oh God. Subscription sloth here. Just want to remind you that I know in the summertime especially it can be super warm and lazy. But if you're liking this video, make sure to like, share, and subscribe. And if you want to go that step further and join the Patreon, there's a link for that down below. You can super sticker, super chat, or donate. But above all, just lie back and enjoy the video because that's what I'm going to do.